fire quick. Because they know that I'm a serious man and doesn't mix up in no gimmick. Yes, I am rough like a lion, but to the girls I'm very romantic. When it's time to light the fire, bet you life it is. I would have ignited, watch how we get red hot. Again, I keep in the red hot. Problem, the fire get red hot. Coming back to burn them. Watch how we get red hot. Again, well I am a talented singer with a unique style of my own. Not no one to be entertainer who posing around with phone. There's something about my music what does keep the people interest. You know what they call it, food for thought, so take it in and digest. Some people they think they cheat, they connive and yet still play they honest. Don't have no feeling for the truth, that is why they cannot keep a promise. Whether Anglican, whether 7 days, even Methodist, all of them fall short of the glory, that is why they can't get no spiritual peace. The fire get red hot. Again, I'm keeping them red hot. Problem, the fire get red hot. Coming back to burn them. Watch how we get red hot. Again, when it's time to burn the fire, they tell me, come on, burn the fire quick. Because they know that I'm a serious man, I doesn't mix up in no gimmick. Yes, I am rough like a lion, but to the girls I'm very romantic. When it's time to light the fire, bet you life it is. I would have ignited, watch how we get red hot. Again, I'm keeping them red hot. Problem, the fire get red hot. Coming back to burn them. Watch how we get red hot. Again, because I love up the culture, I put in my best foot forward. But I find the people in authority really acting absurd. For me it's too much of ignorance and control my society. And if I know that I don't sing it, then you're going to vex with me. Well, I don't think it's fair to say that I have no competition. But my people, you're going to see for yourself who is the number one. The only way they could beat me, they think have to be programmed. Otherwise there is just no way to stop a revolution. The fire get red hot. Again, I'm keeping them red hot. Problem, watch how we get red hot. Coming back to burn them. The fire get red hot. Again, when it's time to burn the fire, they tell me, come on, burn the fire quick. Because they know that I'm a serious man, I doesn't mix up in no gimmick. Yes, I am rough like a lion, but to the girls I'm very romantic. When it's time to light the fire, bet you life it is. I would have ignited, watch how we get red hot. Again, I'm keeping them red hot. Problem, the fire get red hot. Coming back to burn them.
A pleasant good afternoon to you, ladies and gentlemen.
Again, the fire that I am burning.
And how are we doing this afternoon?
Nasty thing I don't play at all.
Welcome to the Class in Session program.
You will hard, so I have to concentrate. Although my road is a rocky one, but to me they cannot dictate. By not giving me a title, they think I'm going to frustrate. They tell me that I must pay me due. Tell them not to articulate.
It is the 10th day of June.
And them for me, they must get their mind in shape. Because they cannot
Go ahead right now.
cannot facilitate, that's why they get red.
Welcome to the persons on my Facebook and on my YouTube page.
Red hot. Problem, the fire get red hot.
The whole of Grenada, Carriacou, PD, Martinique, wherever you're listening from.
Again,
If you're listening from in the diaspora, I want to say pleasant good evening to you.
on the fire quick. Because they know
But if you're at home here in Grenada,
we no gimmick.
you know we would have had a wet day, right?
But to the girls, I'm very romantic. When it's time,
Tag somebody right now.
it is I who does it.
Share.
We get red.
Let them know that class is in session.
Red hot. Problem, the fire get
Another nail-biting evening, ladies and gentlemen.
watch how we
See, I'm wearing my glasses today.
hot.
Today I come to teach properly. Eh?
Was never my intention to become notorious.
Today my teaching would be a little bit different. Eh?
So they are not conscious. Not because I'm an entertainer, that simply means I'm famous. The only reason I end up on top is because I got
To the persons that are already there,
on the fire. Everybody
Alban Harris, Claude Abraham,
burn and also went up
Marilyn Ferguson, good evening to you.
fire.
Janice Mitchell, Shoma Jeremiah,
They know I'm a serious.
Deborah Flanders,
They mustn't
Jocelyn Francois,
red hot.
Red Girl Pascal, how are you?
I give it
Caitlin Lender, Faitlin Haley Douglas,
the fire.
Merle Patrick, Ann Lewis, Gillian Noel,
We get red.
Jennifer Lewis, and Deborah Laborde.
Time to burn the fire.
That's the persons over on my YouTube page that already signed in.
I'm a serious man, I doesn't make
To the persons over on my Facebook page,
off like a lion.
Ventress, good evening.
Very romantic.
Mavis Mitchell, good evening.
Fire bet you.
Joyce Smith, good evening.
So we get red hot. Again, I keep in them red hot. Problem, the fire get red hot. Coming back to burn them.
Ingrid Bourne
Red hot.
and Errol Batiste.
The fire
Good evening, everybody.
again, I keep in them red hot. Problem, watch how we get red hot. Coming back to burn them. The fire get red hot. Again, the fire get red hot.
Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. That was the voice of our very own Grenadian artist, Papa Jerry. All right. Good evening to all of you guys here wearing my glasses today. Today I decide, I want to ensure that on the program today, I want all you to see that I'm well cladded for today's class. Good evening to everybody. Remember last week I told you guys that we was on what, 918? Was it 918? Yeah, we was on 918 subscribers on my YouTube page. Well, I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm presently up to 942. So last week I was on 918, and to start today's program, I am presently on 942. I don't know if I'm doing something good. I don't know if I'm doing something bad. Whatever I'm doing, that continuing for persons to subscribe, continue subscribing, all right? If you find my voice is going and coming, I'm just a little bit under the weather. I'm not in any bad position, but I'm a little bit under the weather. All right? Remember, when I was back, I remember before leaving, every time we come to class, we ensure that we give recognition to one of our members within the new national party. However, ladies and gentlemen, today we want to recognize our very, very, very own Skater Lewis. Good evening to you, Miss Lewis, ladies and gentlemen. She is one of our stalwart females within the new national party. Within our constituencies, we know definitely she's loved by a lot throughout the length and breadth of Grenada. So take this special time out, ladies and gentlemen. Hit your like buttons and just say good evening to Miss Skater Lewis today. Hey, yeah. Kalado easy today. Today I come to teach. I come to teach, ladies and gentlemen. So I make sure today I put on my shades. Let me shade my glasses. Shades is the next thing. I want to ensure that I get it right because you don't know nowadays you're running with anything. Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good afternoon to you guys again. And we are going to, as per usual, go into our political and social conversations. We are going to have conversations today in which I know many of you guys are intrigued to hear about. However, I must disclose two of my disgruntledness before I start today's program. Now, I don't know how many of you all would have paid attention to the sports award last week. And so, let me just see what I'm disgruntled about. The persons who have been serving our nation throughout, year in, year out, and have represented our country within their sporting fraternities, last week was recognized. And with that recognition, they were given a plaque, a certificate, as to they just ended some form of online programming. Now let me say to you, my disgruntledness with that is that those persons have diligently served within the length and breadth of Grenada, be it on the field of play or in some capacities as even coaches or managers. And in my humble opinion, I think it's time that we up the stakes when we're recognizing persons who would have served within our state. I see that as a mere disrespect to give them a placard last week and a little certificate as if to say, you just finished some little crash course. And the many of dollars that I believe that was spent or recklessly continues to be spent within our state to make Papi show should have gone to giving these persons a more honorary recognition in the mere fact that they would have served and continue to serve in some instances within the sporting fraternities. I'm disgruntled about that. If we're recognizing our sportsmen and women who are continuing to give service within our state, they must be recognized in a manner in which each one of us should be proud. Not giving them a little thing as if to say, okay, please come again. Are we giving them a token? This is not an occasion where they're asking for this. They have earned this throughout the years. To go further, the persons who have been sportsmen and sportswomen for the past year, at the end, for those of you all, of us that have watched it, at the end, you hear them mentioned and were not given anything. So the sportsmen and women, the person that was outstanding in netball, their name was mentioned. In basketball, their names were mentioned. In football, their names were mentioned. And they were given nothing. Where in the world do you see that happening? Where in the world do you see that happening? That men and women within the sporting fraternities are being recognized for being outstanding for the year. And they're not given anything, just a name called to let us know who are the persons? Come on. We're moonwalking in Grenada. We cannot be recognizing sportsmen and women of great service for a year, and all they're getting is a name calling. That is like telling them thank you. Come on, let's do better than that, ladies and gentlemen. If the persons have been recognized throughout the year for their services, let us make sure that these services are being broadcasted and they're being recognized in a manner in which we like. So persons who have served, they were given a little certificate or a placard. And the persons who are serving and they have been outstanding, they get nothing. So are we moving forward or are we stepping back? I don't know who all you want to blame for it. Because I'm not here calling on anybody, but whoever is the body responsible, I find that is Papi Show. I see that as Papi Show. Because these persons, as I said, would have served and continue to do a diligent job. And they should be honored in a more diligent and respectful manner than that. Let us make it as classy as the gala. Let us make them as classy as the galas that are being held. Let us make it look nice as the plane rides and the different ministerial rides that we see happening. Let us make it nice. Yesterday at the National Stadium, my disgruntlement was pushed even further. I'm at the National Stadium viewing the game Croatia versus Grenada. The first thing that turned me off is the dress code or the deportment of the coach. I'm not afraid to say it. His services, we thank you. But at the end of the day, we need to understand sometimes based on how the leader performs, the team performs the same way. You look at Croatia's coach yesterday, nearly in a three-piece suit. Because it's a World Cup qualifying match. A World Cup qualifying match. Croatia coach basically dressed in his three-piece suit. Our Grenadian coach have a little short pants on him like if you're going on the bus, sometimes and wait on a bus. And a little jersey. A little tight pants and a shoe in the foot. Come on. Come on. Let us take out this thing of small island and Caribbean country terminology now. We don't want to be follow fashion, but we have to have like a zest with it. Goes on further. The entire national team played yesterday. Not a name. Nobody knew. Unless the announcer mentioned on substitutions or the start of the game, the persons who were playing. Neither one of the jerseys will mark the names of our national players. None of the jerseys of the national team yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. And you can go back and recap. Watch it for yourself. I don't spread propaganda on my program. Yesterday at the National Stadium, Grenada playing a qualifying match. And neither one of the players' name was stenciled on their uniform. Neither one of them. Only the number of the players. Can you imagine that? World Cup qualifying match. A World Cup qualifying match. So even if a Grenadian player were to take out his jersey yesterday and give a Croatian, they can't tell who gave them because the name is not there. At least two of the Croatian players exchanged or gave away, not exchanged, but gave away their jerseys to Grenadian players. So he could walk down later on and say, boy, I have this man jersey, we played in the National Stadium. But a Croatian 10 years down the road, if he had gotten a Grenadian jersey, he don't know who gave him. He might have to go back and watch the game to see who was number 9 or 10 or 11. Utter nonsense. Utter nonsense. And if we just want to view that as a political view, that is all your business. But I see that as utter nonsense. I don't care who who is responsible, but our national team ought not to be representing our state without the players' name being stenciled so we know who are there. Come on. Come on. As I said, we moonwalking in Grenada. What happened? The person that had to do the stenciling didn't do it? Nobody. The coach looked like he like somebody just dropped him by the stadium and they tell him, "Much you are going to coach a match today," and he end up getting a drop down. Like he come down in the back of a truck. I mean, at the end of the day, I would not be arguing on the performance of the team, because we need to understand Croatia, a lot of Croatian players are playing in the European League and they understand the game. But we give a good fight, and that is commendable. I must say that, and the recognition to the coaching staff of the Grenada Football Association, or the football team, I should say. In that aspect, I can give kudos. So congratulations, and a game well fought. You know, it was difficult to win, but we gave a good fight. But don't make them look bad too. We know we might not have won the game, but don't make us look worse. A player could not take out the jersey yesterday like me when I play celebrity match and show your jersey. Because a child would get the jersey and don't even know who jersey he get or who jersey she get. Come on. But anyways, let's move on. Let's go on to our political history class today. Because we know what is buzzing in the air. We know what is buzzing in the air. So they say when things are pressing, you deal with it as it happens. Hold the please. Just move across from the camera a little while. My apologies. Ladies and gentlemen, in the so far tenure of this political administration, I must give them recognition. I must give them kudos. I must tip my hats off to them for one of the very first fastest press briefings that have ever been recorded since their time in office. Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause to the National Democratic Congress administration on having the fastest so far press briefing that they would have ever held within the state from since taking office. The fastest press briefing I have ever seen. I have never seen a faster press briefing than this one. 3 fatal shootings in Grenada. 3 young men enter the great beyond. Another 3 at Her Majesty's prison. Not a press briefing held yet on neither one of the cases. Barrel a gun found. Person charged. Case dropped. The Prime Minister weren't even aware, because as he stated, the AG and the Minister of Legal Affairs didn't brief him on such regards. And we're talking a mere 5-6 days after the cases were dropped. The Royal GPF did a press briefing or press conference in giving light to the matter. The Minister of Legal Affairs was nowhere to be found in a time when her administration gave a firearm amnesty on May the 1st. Not too long thereafter, a case where a container of firearms were found. She didn't find it necessary to join the team of men and women to give the explanation to the state and give them account, as she mentioned this morning, as to what it is that would have caused that individual to walk on the mere fact that he was charged for being in possession of not a firearm, but firearms, not at his home, but on the port. A young man found dead on the beach. Controversy surrounding his name and all kind of allegations. Not a press conference held. Not one press conference held, ladies and gentlemen. I am not here in agreement that if an individual owes the state any form of cash, that they ought not to pay it. I am not here in agreement in saying that if an individual has any form of infringement against the state, that he or she must not state the facts and must not pay that fine. All I'm saying is this: it was rather behooved that the immediate attention that was drawn to the recent matter surrounding our dear brother Sheldon Scott. I have never seen a press conference held so fast. A couple would have found their death in the hands of 3 escaped prisoners. When the Prime Minister addressed the nation, he said he did not want to make it some form of promotion by coming and address the matter. When he did do a press conference a mere 2 or 3 weeks thereafter the fact. So I want to know what brought such, how should I say it, urgency to this matter as opposed to all the others that I just aforementioned. Again, let me put my disclaimer out that if an individual owes the state whatever amount of fine, and if he or she is in infringement or in any form of corrupt practice for owing the state, the expectation is that the law takes its course. That is my stance on the matter. I am just saying, and as I said on Facebook this morning, my word for the week is priority. What gives this organization or this political administration priority? What drives them? What makes them want to come to the Grenadian public and say to the Grenadian public, hey, this is where we stand? This is where we stand. Thanks for the correction. It's Costa Rica. Yes, sorry, my apologies. Costa Rica, not Croatia. I was cursing with somebody about Croatia this morning. That is why. You understand me? Now, I want to give you a little light with the little knowledge that I have as it relates to what takes precedence, whether a civil matter takes precedence or a criminal matter. And I want us to listen to this very carefully, because I want to ensure that we all are on the same page as it relates to the analysis of this administration as it relates to the present proclamation. All right? Let me ensure, because I want to ensure that I hear the same thing all you hear. Now, let me take it from just about here. So, let me see if that's the right spot.
No payments, not even a good faith payment after having admitted owing.
No? Okay. So we still await questions from, okay, I have a question from Callistra. Callistra?
No, we don't hear. You're biased.
Their account is for faith organization, yeah.
Questions. We move to Linda Straker at this time.
Right,
Civil criminal proceeding.
right. So we get there.
Correct?
Go ahead with the question, Linda.
No, she's trying to clarify.
No, I'm just making sure that's how I understand it. That's what you said, right?
We have issued
Listen.
a pre-action protocol
Pre-action protocol.
against to Mr. Scott,
Right.
making demand for repayment of the sum of $156,009.
Now understand this. The present conversation that the minister is disclosing is in the form of a civil suit. This is whereby you write to an individual and say, listen to me, we are expecting you to do this, because if you don't do this, this is what can happen. All right? This is where it started, based on what she said. All right?
937.62. We have given him 7 days to indicate his agreement with.
Right. So you are basically making a request from an individual in saying, listen to me, you owe me that amount and you can give me that amount. Now, understand there is a difference between civil suit and criminal charges. Understand this. Let me get that out of the way. There's a difference between a civil suit and a criminal charge. Now, let me say this openly even further. Let me read, ladies and gentlemen, because I like to read. I like to read because me as a person, I don't write, but I don't like to sound downs. Right? And within the legal fraternity, one of the things that any individual would do, any proper legal counsel would say that to you. Now, if an individual has a criminal charge, this organization would rather go with that criminal suit. Let me read that for you. It says, many person, all right, we're going into this. It says, no, let me read it further. This is simply, wait, hold on. Many personal injury, civil attorney mistakenly believe that once a criminal case is pending, the civil case must stop. This is simply not true. As seen in the matters before, yes, the criminal case is almost always takes priority because of the defendant's 50th Amendment right. So the request that is being made now by the administration, it is not in his right, based on what we're reading. He doesn't necessarily need to answer. Right? It goes on to say, and the civil case can be stayed, but many aspects of civil cases can continue. It goes on to say, furthermore, many issues can be resolved during the criminal case. Thus, going further to say it brings resolution or it resolves the issue. Now, why am I reading this? Now, when I play this further, you would realize that the minister is saying that they have done an investigation by the FIU and that there is a criminal charge that is probable. Now, any proper counsel, and as I read further on, I would read further, would say to you that if there is a criminal charge, if you can get a person locked up and brought to court, it is better to take that way, because you see, when you do that, it doesn't give the individual a choice. Right? In this case, if you have that such level of strength, as you're boastfully speaking of in your press briefing this morning or your press conference, well, I mean, if you're bad, you're bad. Well, lock up the man. But you're making demands, and you're going further to say he has a 7 days aspect to respond, then in 90 days in which he needs to pay it back. And if he comes in within the 90 days, he can still ask for a manner in which to pay. Papi show. Because at the end of the day, let's listen to her further.
With our proposal for him to repay this sum in 90 days.
Right.
And if within 7 days we do not get response from him, we have indicated to him that legal proceedings will be commenced without further notice to him. What I also said is that the findings of the investigation led by the FIU were also sent to the Director of Public Prosecutions, so that he, in his own deliberate judgment, might determine whether any criminal proceedings can be brought.
So, you understand what she's saying? So, they have not gotten a findings from the DPP. So the DPP has not gotten back to them as to whether or not there is a criminal charge. So this is going on the speculations at this stage of the investigation. The matter is present in front of the DPP. So the DPP will determine whether or not there is an actual criminal charge to be preferred. So without getting that information from the DPP, you go ahead with the civil suit. What you want so bad? Why can you not wait on whatever the DPP says to see whether or not the DPP has a criminal charge? Because if a criminal charge comes up, it means that the criminal charge will take precedence over the civil charge. But you don't wait on whether or not the DPP gives a criminal charge. You go ahead with the civil charge. So what you tossed it so far? Because you're saying it. Here is it. Namida say, Shida say. Go on, say it again.
With our proposal for him to repay this sum in 90 days.
Right.
And if within 7 days we do not get response from him, we have indicated to him that legal proceedings will be commenced without further notice to him.
Go on.
What I also said is that the findings, the findings of the investigation led by the FIU were also sent to the Director of Public Prosecutions.
So there is findings from FIU.
So that he, in his own deliberate judgment, might determine whether any criminal proceedings can be brought.
So we hear? So you hear it yourself. So there is information that have been gathered by the FIU, brought through the investigation. So there is presently in on the office desk of the DPP the probability of what is considered to be a criminal charge that can be preferred. In legal terms, that is how it is said, that criminal charges can be preferred. No, you don't wait on that. You're going ahead with the civil suit. You're proceeding with the civil suit. Well, what you busy so far? What you so busy about? Why Sister Claudette can wait? But anyway, that is NDC for you. But we would not stick on that too long. I believe, my dear brother, will be adequately and equipped enough. Good day to you, Brother Scott. And will be ready to respond in his own timing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go on. I want you to take a listen to this right here. Listen to this.
As we approach 2 years of NDC in office, it's time to reflect. Almost half a full term, what has been achieved for Grenada and its people? Are you and your family better off today than you were 2 years ago? Do you have more money in your pocket? Is your business thriving? Do you feel safer? Do you feel confident in the future under this government? These are questions worth pondering. Your future, our future, depends on the answers.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the press briefing we await. That is the press conference we await. That is what we are waiting to hear the press briefing about. We don't want to hear you rush with only, how much days? 12 days left before taking 2 years in office. You run and come in and tell us about a matter that has been pending in your investigations. Straight. That is the distraction we've been telling you all about. That is the distraction we continue to speak to you about on our programs. That ever so often they would continue coming with those distractions. So maybe next year they would wait for just about the 2 years and then you hear the bring up faith. Or maybe they're investigating something. Maybe they investigated me. This is what we need to hear press conferences fast about. And press briefings. Let's go on.
The first 2 years since I got in office.
This is
nothing. Zero.
Listen.
I must be so zero happiness. Zero. Almost thing I see for the past few weeks yesterday.
I know you may not be hearing it properly. But this is a walkthrough I believe they had in St. Patrick's West with Minister Andy Williams and Minister Andal and the Prime Minister. And this is a gentleman standing in the presence of all three persons, Prime Minister included. And he's saying boldly to an administration approaching 2 years that absolutely nothing has happened in St. Patrick's. And what they study? Sheldon Scott O for phone bill. The word for the week, priority. What is the priority of this administration? What do they prioritize? What do they focus on? What did they see as important to state? Nothing but a set of foolishness. We're moving on.
Because your government removed acting Deputy Commissioner of Police, Tafawa, and returned him to his substantive position of Superintendent of Police, all because of partisan politics and political victimization. Andy, please make the thing make sense. Mr. Pierre is a well-decorated officer. Mr. Pierre received extensive training locally, regionally, and internationally in general police work, criminal investigation, financial crimes, investigation, and instructional techniques, and held a number of positions within the ranks. He also received the highest medal for foreign law enforcement. Mr. Pierre had probably given thus far over 28 years of service to RGPF and is still there serving his country. Also, you guys also pushed the former Commissioner Edwin Martin out, and he has now landed a better paying job as COP, the Chief of Police of the Turks and Caicos Islands. Andy, you should be ashamed of yourself. Likewise, the statements you made on a ride along. Shame on you. Because you're...
This is my dear brother. Good evening to you, my brother. Now you see, what they can't run from is facts. And to every time we give them the opportunity to defend themselves, they can't. And more they continue to make themselves public. And you see, that's the reason why they just hide it. Those are the reasons why you see they don't do much press conferences and press briefings. Because when you see we corner them, we just corner them good. Because we listen to them tentatively. And then we break down what they say. Not what we think, or what we believe. What they say. What they say is what we bring forward to you. And a man like my dear brother Andy Williams taking it to write a long program last week and speaking about Tafawa Pierre. Again, he just continued to bat. You have some fellas that just deserve to play Bush League, and they just feel, because they scored 2 goals in Bush League, they feel they could go and play big professional league. No. Take your time. You attacking some people that are not even in your class, my dear brother. And class on every aspect of the word. Growth and development, mentorship, leadership, deportment, decorum, on every levels of life. You are no way close to Andy. Andy, you're no way close to Tafawa Pierre. If Tafawa Pierre in Guav, you just leave the airport. When you reach in Sotes, you may be just coming up the stretch. You are nowhere close to Tafawa Pierre to go on program and talk about Tafawa Pierre. I can't tell people, well, how you reach there? I can't say it on the program, but I feeling to say it. Oh, he asked so hard. He just continued to climb some Grugu tree, some sandbox. Take it easy, brother Andy. Take it easy. You going in some places that Andy, I'm going to make Mr. Pierre go and get your flash drive. I am going to cause Mr. Pierre to go for your flash drive. And if Mr. Pierre lands his hand on your flash drive, then what we hear in the about Sheldon Scott would be joke when it comes to you. Keep yourself quiet. We still are in possession of the knowledge that we do have. Bat in your crease. While everybody else playing test match, you still playing keep and 2. Or 6 and out. Andy, Minister Andy Williams, bat in your crease. I will cause Mr. Pierre to pull your flash drive. Right. Moving on. Moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, when we continue to say that this administration have done nothing, you think we lie? And I believe sometimes, watch me, I'm very good at reading people's character. I can meet somebody for the first time and I can tell you, listen, that's that person characteristic. That's what that person is. And I'm certain that sometimes the Prime Minister listened to some persons in his cabinet and their conversation, and he just shoots. Imagine Andy Williams saying that last week, and I don't want to play the whole thing. I just want to play a little piece. Imagine Andy Williams saying this.
We have to be doing a lot of fixing. So you say, oh, I can't see what NDC doing yet. Only NNP things here because we have to fix.
You hear this?
Oh my goodness. Listen to that again.
We have to be doing a lot of fixing. So you say, oh, I can't see what NDC doing yet. Only NNP things here because we have to fix.
When he say we can't see what NDC, how we gonna see what do happening? How we could see what is not happening? So what?
Is that we have to be doing a lot of fixing. So you say, oh, I can't see what NDC doing yet. Only NNP things here because we have to fix.
You hear this? This is the fake news, okay? This is what they're doing. These are terrible people. You're a sick person, you know that? You're a sick puppy. I have to say that. You're a real sick puppy. And I expected better.
Hey. Have a laugh. Have a laugh with you, people. Have a laugh.
So you say, oh, I can't see what NDC doing yet. Only NNP things here because we have to fix.
You hear this? This is the fake news, okay? This is what they're doing. These are terrible people. You're a...
Andy, hush your mouth. Hush your mouth. Your mouth will put you in trouble. What is it? What is it that you're fixing? What is it that you could be fixing? What are you fixing? You are opening projects. You're opening road. You're doing things. What are you fixing? You're not fixing anything. How are you fixing it? To fix something, it means that it has started. And then you made some form of whatever changes to it. What are you fixing? So you're fixing for 2 years? That is the excuse? Oh, we're saying NDC not doing nothing because you're fixing. What you fixing? There are things and places that are not getting nothing and you fix it. What you fixing? What you could be fixing?
You're a sick person, you know that? You're a sick puppy. I have to say that. You're a real sick puppy. And I expected better.
Hey. Sometimes when you listen to these fellas and them, you just have to do that. Just laugh. Just laugh. What are you fixing? This is the justification of an administration 12 days shy of 2 years in government. The reason why people are saying, the reason why the justification for nothing happening is that, are you fixing what but I thought NNP did nothing. NNP did nothing for the 20-something years, 25 years. They did nothing. But you're fixing. What you're fixing? They did nothing, so you're fixing nothing. Hence the reason why you are doing nothing. So what you fixing? What are you fixing? You came to the Grenadian people, you ask for their votes, you say to them, put you in office because there are things that you could do that the NNP has not done or the past administration has not done. You gave people the assurance, you gave police the assurance that they have not gotten nothing from the government. So what you fixing for the police force? What you fixing for health? What you fixing for all the persons that are still home from the little the faith program, or you investigating? What are you doing to fix that? With the continued rise in unemployment, what are you doing, NNP that cause it? And you're fixing. That is the reason why there is justification of grown men and women in whom we elect. In whom we elect. To come and say, oh, the reason why I lost in Nottingham. A man and meet you and the Prime Minister and the representative. Say, listen to me, for the coming to 2 years, nothing have happened in St. Patrick's. So why are you fixing not happening up there? And you are the same person that hold up the pipe. When number 10 hand you the pipe, well, pipe all you like. When number 10 hand you the pipe, you say everything is in the pipeline. Everything is in the pipeline. But you're fixing now. So why you fixing the pipe? Or you just going and get water? And you feel people stupid. Look at the next Papi show. Right now I see on Facebook somebody asking if the constituency office in Guav is in St. John's is in quarantine. But nice word, yeah.
Have, you know, whether it be rightfully so or whether it be just to gain political mileage, right, and to score cheap political points, they have, you know, weapon.
And listen, the person doing the interview, not her. Eh? Listen, the person doing the interview. Listen, the person lead her on as to not giving just. You're a minister of government. You're doing an interview. And you could basically say, this person is leading you on. This person is leading you on. Because just listen to her in the back. Just listen to the person in the back. With all that she is saying, all she getting is, and you see, the interviews are so slack. And I always commend my dear brother. Well, two persons are always commending Grenada for that. And I made one public the other day. That is Aruna Neptune and Sheldon Scott. You ask a question, wait an answer. You don't be in the back, but yeah. You ask a question, wait an answer. Listen to this.
My presence and my active involvement in regional and international forums. Yeah. And I want to tell them that this is not new. What is new to them now is that they are seeing us doing the things that we go to do. Yeah. That never used to happen before. Nobody used to ensure checks and balances was in place. Nobody used no accountability. Nobody used to worry about accountability and to find out what are you bringing back. And so quite a number of times I have to explain to my constituents why I'm going and what I'm bringing.
You lie. You lie. Your constituency is not seeing you. So how are you telling them that when they're not seeing you? You're a sitting parliamentary representative. The people are not seeing you in the office. You open a mere once a week. You lie. But you tell your constituents that you tell your constituents what? You lie. I like you. You're that girl I like. You're that James. But you lie. And I could call you girl you're younger than me. You lie. You tell your constituents what? They're not seeing you. So how are you telling them when they're not seeing you? You lie. How about you tell your constituents? How are you telling them? How you tell them via WhatsApp? You tell your constituents what? There's a picture posted on Facebook where persons are basically asking you when you're coming in the office. The cleaner is there more than anything else because all of this gathering there is dust. A set of dust and cobweb in the parliamentary representative of St. John's. And you're going to tell your constituents, you lie.
Sometimes I have to explain to my constituents why I'm going and what I'm bringing back. Right. Not every trip, not every opportunity to go in a conference would result in tangible things as you get back. Yeah. These things require planning. So case in point, this blue school.
So who should teach it now? Who should teach it now? We know this since your prime minister, since the present prime minister was INNP. Since Dickon Mitchell was INNP, we know when you go to every press conference, you don't come back with tangible things. We know that since Dickon is INNP and Andy was INNP. We know that. You can teach us that. Man, let me skip that a little bit because we don't want to hear that part.
Transmission is not only within the 5 years. Yeah. It's a continuum and beyond 5 years, right? Whether we win, whether we lose, the agenda is the agenda. The National Sustainable Development Goal.
When all you lose, anything all you put there will not live in it. When all you lose, anything all you had there, we get in real life.
Explicitly spells out what is required for the country to survive and for us to move forward. And so, like I mentioned, not every time you go, I travel, or any of the other ministers travel, there would be something that we would bring back tangible. But this is just, one piece of what I have been doing, and there's a lot more to come.
I mean, we can spend the whole day.
We can spend the whole day.
But we aren't going to spend the whole day.
Right?
We have other grounds to cover.
We have other grounds to cover as well. And
I don't want to laugh, You're doing an interview. You allow the people to speak. If it means that the point that she's bringing goes beyond, and you say, well, Madam Minister, well, you would have mentioned a lot. She mentioned one thing, One thing the lady mentioned, and you say you have a lot that she could speak about. One thing she mentioned, If I pull back the thing for you, one thing she mentioned, and she said she could speak about a lot. Well, you don't mention 3 and 4, You mentioned 1. But you're saying she could spend the whole day talking about it. You have to just bring these people in the market, tie them on a table, pull on the pants, and let everybody that pass just cut their ass. Just let people cut their ass whole day in the market. Because, we are down to the stage here in Grenada where we were asking yourself whether or not we understand politics. Like, can you not just say, this is not right? Can you not just say, listen to me, we do support, but this is not right? Can you not simply say, yes, Madam Minister, you're saying that and you're saying this, but we're not saying you? And be bold like me and come on the program and say, man, hey, where? Constituency, where you lie? What are we scared about? And it is new for accountability. It is new. What makes this new? What makes this new? We have always been aware whenever a minister of government leaves the state with the past administration. Because you're talking about, not every time you come back with something tangible. Well, it may be the other ministers that used to go, maybe they used to go and beg. Because most of the times, they come back with something tangible. But I'm not coming back with nothing tangible. But I would always say that the Prime Minister of today gave us a lot of warning during his campaign. Like this one.
But I want to say this. The same way Carnival is 2 days. Mm-hmm. The same way an election is 1 day.
Right.
We then have to live when the Carnival is over. Mm-hmm. And we have to live when the elections are over. And as citizens of Grenada, we have to live with the consequences of our choices. Mm-hmm. Thanks, government. But I want to say this. The same way Carnival is 2 days. The same way an election is 1 day. We then have to live when the Carnival is over. And we have to live when the elections are over. And as citizens of Grenada, we have to live with the consequences of our choices. Mm-hmm.
You hear the warning? That is what we're doing as a people to date. You hear it? You hear it? We are living with the consequences. The decision that we made 2 years back, we would have to live with that consequence and continue to live with that consequence because the majority of the state would have elected these people. And because of them, election was 1 day. And you see, we are faced with this consequence for 5 years. We are now faced with this consequence for 5 years. I heard him said in the walkthrough that, and you see, you need to understand these people. He said in the walkthrough in Cites that his government never pays late. And that is true. That is the truth, you know. That is the truth. Because they pay twice a month. So when it's late for them, as long as you receive payments, pay no late for a month, because we still check by a month. But the fact is they pay by the month. They pay by the month, you know. Twice within it. So when you get it on the 20th, hey, you get paid already, you pay no late. And then when you get it on the 4th of next month, you get paid for the month already, they no late, you get paid. Listen when them fellas speak. So when they pay on the 20th, even if you don't get it on the 31st or the 30th, when you get it on the 2nd of the next month, you get paid for the next month already, pay no late, pay early. Okay, you get paid for the 2nd for the end of the month. And then when they pay you again, it's on the 25th. And then you get paid on the 8th of the next month. So you get paid for that month already. They don't pay late. Have these people out here and their supporters continue to pounce on foolishness, dotishness. Imagine you have people commenting this morning, press conference being held, the press briefing by the Minister of Legal Affairs as it relates to an individual who probably charged for an offense against the state in Owens for a cell phone scandal. You don't thief, you don't break open a place, you don't go in the botanical gardens, you don't go in and take money from the treasury. But a big press briefing, brief press conference held this morning. Have a little funeral the other night, he had more gunshot than Kuwait. He had more gunshots than Kuwait. They're not that important. That's not important to the state. Because the thing about it, the more people that die, the less more they have to feel. I guess that's how they're seeing it. I mean, that's how, you have to think in this kind of rational when they're thinking in that kind of rational. Maybe the more persons are there, then the state don't have to spend, because I know the Prime Minister is very diligent about the state sports, He's a man that is very focused as it relates to what happens to the state's purse. And I hear him speaking the other day. And you see, and I want to get it, because, you see, the guys are so fixed on liming. I don't know if I could get my hands on it. He's so fixed on liming. Anytime he's talking about something, it's travel. Anytime you hear Deacon Mitchell speaking, it's about travel. Like, hey, in a little talk, I wonder if there is it. He's speaking about travel, he wonder about Grenada. And he's speaking about Grenada, but all he's thinking about travel. Like a basketball player. Where is it? That is it? Let me see it. Let me see if that's it.
I don't want it to turn into a place that is ugly and not attractive. And we have to be honest. I don't want us to travel.
Yeah.
We know which country is looking good and which countries are looking good.
Travel.
So we can't, when we travel, we know we're looking nice and then want to come back and pretend Grenada shouldn't be nice as well.
Right.
I don't want it to turn into a place that is ugly and not attractive. And we have to be honest. I don't want us to travel.
Yeah.
We know which country is looking good and which countries are looking good.
Yeah.
So we can't, when we travel
again.
We know we're looking nice and then want to come back and pretend Grenada shouldn't be nice as well.
All he's studying is travel. Even if you're addressing our audience. See what's in the back of their mind? All that is in the back of their mind. So the country could look good as what? You're cutting in your house looking good, pretty, but not a piece of food in your cupboard. You're hungry, you're starving. Better you sell the TV in the house and get something to eat. So all he's concerned about is Grenada looking good. So you could come back and you know. But it's the people of the state, they're dying. See what so you see? What is the word for the week? Let me see how much of you all are paying attention in class today. What is the word for the week? Put it in the comment section. Who is it? Let me see how much of you are paying attention. What's the word for the week? I'm waiting on all you. I'll put all of you to the class. What is the word for the week? We have a word for the week. Anybody remember the word for the week? Come on, how much of you are paying attention in class? There's a word for the week. No, not travel. No, all wrong. The word for the week is priority. Priority. Yes. That is the word for the week, priority. What they prioritize, what is important to them. So they don't care if the whole of the country fall apart. And you hear she say the investigation continues with the faith program. That investigation continues. Yeah? So the focus is still on that. She is not trying to make the livelihood of persons even better. Let us know how come the cases are dropped against this gentleman. Container firearm. How the cases and them drop? How did this matter drop? On what grounds? What legal advice? Who is the man lawyer? Jesus? You can't even catch him on one little thing. And now you have upped the ante for a man who has been charged or so on with one firearm. But a man with a whole container walks free. What is the priority? What is your focus? We have lost 6 young men in Grenada within a space of 3 weeks or less. 6 able-bodied young men. And as far as the investigation goes, there might be more. 6 young men. And the Ministry of Social Development has not yet even to address that matter. I think 2 or 3, subjected to correction, of our suicides in recent weeks have been surrounding mental illness. And the minister responsible for mental health has not yet addressed that. Priority. Priority. What is your focus? What do you zero in on? We're looking at the present stage. We are home here, viewing the T20 World Cup being played. 2 steps outside of our doorstep. 2 steps away from us. We are just about a month away from the Olympic Games. Kirani James, and congratulations to him on earning another gold medal. And we just cancel our invitational athletic meet. Not a press conference held. But what is important? Sheldon Scott owed the state for cell phone. All because, and I'm not afraid to say, he's an NNP. Go and look at some of the bills some of them have. Go look at it. Go and look at some of them outstanding bill within a 2 years period. Go and watch it. Go and watch maybe the travels, the amount of money when they go in the hotel and thing. They're drinking in glass. They're eating in splits. Not plate, splits. And they're drinking in glass. With flax, not fork. And spoons, not spoon. Because they're more highfalutin. I grew up with old people, so you would find me speaking in that manner. That is how they are. To the state with, up until now, invitational cancel. Nobody will take it to say, well, let me just, let me go and lie for them. Let me tell them like a lie to make them feel like that is what happened. Nothing. Nada. No, sir. Nothing like that was mentioned. The fastest press briefing. Congratulations, Sister Claudette Joseph. Continue the good fight that you're fighting. But the talk on the ground, I don't need to hold a press conference for it. They want to get rid of you. The NDC don't want you to run in the tongue of St. George again. 40K bill in a hotel. Waiting on the press briefing. $40,000 hotel bill. St. John's can get a road, but your bill is 40K. Yes, Sister Claudette. So all the how you're beating your chest there. I hear NDC planning to get rid of you. They say you're no good. They say they're not satisfied with your performance. Not just within the ministry, but within your constituency. And the people of the constituency is asking for your departure also. They want your neck on a block. NDC getting rid of you for the next general election. You are going to be a memory within the tongue of St. George. You have lost and continue to lose too many times. You have never gained any victory for the NDC within the tongue of St. George. Never. As far as we know, you're a failure. You're a cost to the National Democratic Congress. And the facts are there to prove. You have never won. Never won. As one of the oldest members of the party, they didn't want to give you leadership. They don't even know how within the party. They have you like a Barbie doll. Leave while it still lasts, while you have time. They don't want you in the party. Don't let them papi show you. You is my friend. You is my friend. Don't let the papi show. NDC don't want you in the party. All election you lose it. Say they give you a little thing to have a little position within the party, you lose that. Anything about vote, you lose it. Like your afraid vote. So they don't want you in the party. I don't afraid them. They can't sue me. I know I don't owe them. I know I don't owe them. They can't give me no paper. They can't submit no document. Or they can submit piece of document. I'll be belly. I'll be back. They can't do me chow. Tell all you what I want. Ladies and gentlemen, somebody ball it out for me. I don't afraid them. I know he can come for me. I know what is the conversation already. I know all what they have to say. I know it already. And this is weak. Feel all you put it be in trouble. Feel all you put it be in trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of today's program, and I hope you all did enjoy today's program. Somebody's saying 34 years, 229 days. They can't stop it. You know what I mean? You see, we keeping tabs on all. You think we easy? You think NIP people easy? 34 years, 229 days. They can't stop us. Lord, that is our NNP. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that takes us to our little ads that will end the program. Brendan Trent's promotion on June 16th. He presents the Father's Day cruise about the Rum Runner 2, right? You can get your tickets at only $70 at Brendan on the bus terminal, or Chucky's Bar. You can go to FET, all right? So go be a part of this one. Go get your tickets right now and be a part of that. Brendan Trent's promotion also presents Northwest Revelers Mass Band Launch and his birthday bash. That would be at the Vendome Community Center on the 29th of June. All right, popular DJ will be there, free food and drinks. All right, so you go be a part of this one. Trendy Nails and Lush on Nails. All right, pedicure course is on the 7th and the 8th from 9 to 12. Cost only $500 for For those of you who want to learn a little more about the pedicure and the manicure, pedicure course, sorry, not manicure and pedicure, right? But they're offering a pedicure course. Pedicure kits included, 50% deposit to register, 2 days of training, and limited spots are available. Your instructor will be Onelia Skinner, a certified nail technician. You can call 449-9707 for more details, all right? So if you want to, up your ante as it relates to the pedicure courses, you can go be a part of this one, all right? Big Things Promotion, Fishman Song, they present Father's Night Out. That would be on the 15th of June out there at Traffic Light Disco. $20 gets you on the inside, all right? 3 big selectors, and it would be a wonderful, wonderful event. So go be a part of this one. D&D Sports Bar that is located in Grandlands, all right? That is right after you get into around the post office area. We're doing a grand opening at the end of this month. The dates to be announced. So all for now, the bar is open. As I said, I'm your bartender. So come, you get a chance to meet me, right? So class members, you have a place to meet me now when you visit for the carnival season, all right? I'm the person who's doing the bartending at the bar there. You can come there, you can get food. We don't do food on sales. I mean, we would be setting a little chicken and chips and so on later on down. But all for now, we're doing whatever little delights, maybe soup, or you can get a little soup, a little provision and turkey, a little provision and saltfish. You understand? So we just soft opening, and you can check us out from Monday to Sunday. We don't open on Tuesdays to Sunday. We don't open on Mondays, all right? Look out as we get ready to do karaoke and all kind of nice things now. So if you want to check out the bar, you can call me and ask me, hey, where that bar is, and I'll give you directions, all right? We soon open our Facebook page also, all right? So ladies and gentlemen, as I said, this brings us to the end of today's program. And I want to thank every one of you all who are here with us today. And we will be back here again tomorrow. Remember, it's a little bit wet outside. If you're heading home, please be careful. Drive for you and somebody else. All right, and let's get ready for the Talking Point program, all right, with Brother Sheldon Scott. I know this one would be intriguing tonight, eh? I know that a lot of you may be rubbing all your palms to hear what Brother Scott has to say. But as per usual, it is just another day in the office for us. We are not going to be perturbed in any type of way. We are not going to be disgruntled. We are not going to share any form of anger. We are going to continue to do the job of giving you the information as truthful as we know it can come. No propaganda and old talk. We give you facts that is there, and that is what they can stop. That is what they can block us from doing. Giving you the information, giving you the facts. All right? Tomorrow, some of you all will learn what is on the board. You understand? A man meet me right in the stadium and say, listen, what really mark on the board in the back day? But don't worry, we will get to that, all right? So ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for being a part of the Class in Session program for another wonderful, wonderful evening. And God's blessings to each and every one of you. We would see you again here tomorrow, all right?
Are you ready? Let's go!
Grenada. Get ready as the new National Party invites all to its 40th anniversary fundraising bingo event. Sunday, July 14th from 5 p.m. at Victoria Park, Grenville. Over $100,000 in cash and prizes to be won. Imagine you can win a Suzuki Ignis hybrid car, $50,000 in cash, plus other fantastic prizes. Tickets are $60 for one or $100 for two. Free buses will be available island-wide. Don't miss it. Or you might just see your neighbor driving a Suzuki Ignis. Sunday, July 14th, we're heading to Victoria Park in Grenville for the new National Party 40th Anniversary Fundraising Bingo.
Well, I come back to burn them up because I am the fire chief. I come to burn out corruption, watch over burning out wickedness. I see them just like a big wrong target, something I could never miss. This say with me new brother, so go educate the public, the fight against red hot again. I keep them red hot problem. The fight against red hot coming back to burn them. Watch out, we get red hot again. When it's time to burn the fire, they tell me, come on, burn the fire quick, because they know that I'm a serious man and doesn't mix up in no gimmick. Yes, I am rough like a lion, but to the girls I'm very romantic. When it's time to light the fire, bet your life it is I who does ignite it. Watch out, we get red hot again. I keep in the red what, so take it in and digest. Some people they cheat, they connive and yet still play, they honest. Don't have no feeling for the truth, that is why they cannot keep a promise. Whether Anglican, whether 7 days, even Methodist, all of them fall short of the glory, that is why they can't get no spiritual peace. If I get red hot again, I'm keeping them red hot. Problem, if I get red hot, coming back to burn them. Watch how we get red hot again. When it's time to burn the fire, they tell me, come on, burn the fire quick. Because they know that I'm a serious man, I doesn't mix up in no gimmick. Yes, I am rough like a lion, but to the girls I'm very romantic. When it's time to light the fire, bet you life it is. I always ignite it, watch how we get red hot again. I'm keeping them red hot. Problem, the fire get red hot, coming back to burn them. Watch how we get red hot again. Because I love up my culture, I put in my best foot forward. But I find the people in authority really acting absurd. For me it's too much of ignorance and control my society. And if I know that I don't sing it, then are you going to vex with me? Well, I don't think it's fair to say that I have no competition. But my people, you're going to see for yourself who is the number one. The only way they could beat me, they think have to be programmed. Otherwise, there is just no way to stop a revolution. The fire get red hot again. I'm keeping them red hot. Problem, watch how we get red hot, coming back to burn them. The fire get red hot again. When it's time to burn the fire, they tell me, come on, burn the fire quick. Because they know that I'm a serious man, I doesn't mix up in no gimmick. Yes, I am rough like a lion, but to the girls I'm very romantic. When it's time to light the fire, bet you life it is. I would have ignited, watch how we get red hot again. I'm keeping them red hot. Problem, the fire get red hot, coming back to burn them. Watch how we get red hot again. The fire that I am burning is strictly to educate. With nasty thing I don't play at all, that I illiquidate. I know my journey will hard, so I have to concentrate. Although my road is a rocky one, but to me they cannot dictate. By not giving me a title, they think I'm going to frustrate. They tell me that I must pay me dues. Tell them not to articulate. Tell them singers and them for me, they must get their mind in shape. Because the kind of lyrics I use, they cannot facilitate. That's why they get red hot again. I'm keeping them red hot. Problem, the fire get red hot, coming back to burn them. Watch how we get red hot again. When it's time to burn the fire, they tell me, come on, burn the fire quick. Because they know that I'm a serious man, I doesn't mix up in no gimmick. Yes, I am rough like a lion, but to the girls I'm very romantic. When it's time to light the fire, bet you life it is. I always ignite it, so now we get red hot again. I'm keeping them red hot. Problem, the fire get red hot, coming back to burn them. Watch how we get red hot again. It was never my intention to become notorious, but a lot of people just not aware, so they are not conscious. Not because I'm an entertainer, that simply means I'm famous. The only reason I end up on top is because I'm garrulous. The first time I burned the fire, everybody felt was a joke. Burn fire, burn, and also went up in smoke. More fire, you don't see what happened to coals. So they know I'm a serious